Chapter 8. The body is a temple, but it needs a restorer. Physical health after 40, without fanaticism, but with respect. You cannot change the body you ignore, but you can improve the body you respect. At 40 years old, the body starts speaking louder, and if you don't hear it, it starts shouting. The signals become clearer. Carelessness results in fatigue, laziness, in pain, inactivity, in inflammation. This isn't punishment, it's a reminder. I know this from my own experience. At 20, I thought health was a resource that just is. At 40, I understood. Health is a credit that needs daily servicing. But the key is not to fall into extremes. Don't become fanatic, but do show respect. Restoration, not reconstruction. I'm not building a new body from scratch. I'm not sculpting it like a statue, not drilling it like a soldier. I'm restoring it. Because after 40, the body isn't a frame for muscles, but a system that requires balance, delicacy, attention. Strength is no longer in aggressive workouts. Strength is in regularity, in understanding, in dosing. I don't run marathons. I get my 10,000 steps in each day. I don't pump iron. But I stretch, I breathe, I keep my spine straight. I don't follow some internet fasting fad. But I listen to my body and know when it needs a break. The principle, minimum daily, is better than maximum once a week. We overvalue intensity and undervalue rhythm. After 40, the body no longer tolerates jumps from one extreme to another. One intense workout after 2 weeks of couch time, and hello, inflammation. Instead, I chose differently. Move every day. Even if it's 15 minutes in the morning, 10 squats, a gentle warm-up, a stretch before bed. But the body must know, I'm here. I'm with you. Respect is seen in the details. After 40, respect for the body shows in not loud promises but in the little things. You don't eat before bed because you respect your digestion. You go to sleep by 10:30 p.m. because you respect your hormones. You don't glare at your belly with hatred because you respect the journey it has been through. This doesn't mean I'm always perfect, but I've learned to distinguish discipline from self-violence. And for longevity, that's one of the key discoveries. The body is an instrument, not an enemy. You shouldn't be at war with your body. Because it's not an enemy, it's always on your side, even if it hurts, even if it seems slow. After 40, I started talking to my body as if it's my ally, not an object of fixation. I thank it for every morning without pain. I listen when it asks for rest. I don't force it to endure. I negotiate. Conclusion: longevity is not fanaticism, but respect. After 40, health isn't about achievement, but about restoring a deep connection. It's a time when the body asks not for more, but for different. And if you truly want to live to 90, 100, 120, start with how you treat your body today. Movement as a form of respect for life. Gentle yoga, walking, deep breathing. As long as you move, you live. But there's movement that exhausts and movement that heals. After 40, I'm no longer chasing a six-pack. I'm chasing feeling light in my back each morning, clarity in my head after sleep, the absence of pain after a day of sitting. And interestingly, it's the slow, gentle movement that gives me the most powerful effect. The previous section was about respect for the body as a temple. But movement is already service in that temple. And it doesn't have to involve sweat, pain, or a fitness app with a screaming trainer. I chose another path: walking, gentle yoga, breathing. Because these practices have become for me not exercise, but a form of love for life. Movement that doesn't destroy. In youth, we think a real workout is one that's hard. After 40, I learned something else. Real movement is the kind after which you want to live even longer. I tried different things: endurance running, and injured my knee, gym sessions, and ended up tired instead of energized. So I paused, and in that pause I heard my body asking for gentle, deep, purposeful movement. Without heroics, without competition. Walking, the most underrated doctor. My favorite habit: go out at dawn and walk. Without a phone, without music. Just breathing and moving. This is not cardio, it's meditation in motion. Walking activates circulation, lymph flow, joints, but most importantly, cleanses the mental body. After 30 minutes of unhurried walking, I feel like a backpack of rocks was lifted off my shoulders. And as a bonus, metabolism improves, blood pressure normalizes, anxiety disappears. And all this without a gym, without extra cost. Just walking, every day. Gentle yoga, restoring the inner walls. I'm not talking about those Instagram poses where you stand on your head by the ocean. I mean slow stretching, deep breathing, mindful movement. Yoga became my way to get out of my head and into my body, to feel energy flow, to release knots, to warm up inside. I practice at home, on a mat, in silence, or to calm music. And I know, after each practice I will live a little bit longer. Because the body doesn't want aggression. The body wants you to come back into it. Yoga is my I'm here and I'm grateful. Breathing, the free self-healing protocol. You can go a week without eating, a day without drinking, but without breathing, just minutes. And yet, we ignore it. Breathing is the only bodily function we can control to change everything else. When I feel tension, anger, fatigue, I don't struggle. I breathe, slowly, deeply, intentionally. And the body switches, as if someone pressed a button, self-recovery mode. 3 to 5 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing each day, and I sleep better, recover faster, think more clearly. Conclusion: longevity is in depth, not speed. Movement after 40 is no longer about results, but about feelings. It's a dialogue with the body where the goal is not to achieve, but to be in touch. I chose slow movement because in slowness lies eternity. The person who has learned to walk daily, breathe consciously, and stretch slowly will live longer than one who kills themselves in the gym once a week. Because by respecting life, you prolong it. Rest, sleep, melatonin, unpopular but key factors of longevity. While you sleep, the body works on your future. The only question is, did you give it a chance to do so? Do you know what surprised me most when I started studying longevity, not as a dream, but as a system? That what most influences life happens when we're not there. When we sleep, nobody makes a viral video of someone sleeping beautifully. Sleep doesn't look impressive. No one trumpets it on social media. But it is a fundamental part of my longevity protocol. I'll go further. Without quality sleep, all other habits lose effectiveness. I long underestimated rest. I used to think the true hero is the one who sleeps 4 hours and in the morning goes back into battle. I admired people who get everything done and hardly rest. Then I saw them 10 years later, exhausted, strained, and I realized rest is not a luxury, it's fuel. Our body is not a robot. It has phases, rhythms, periods. If you don't let it recover, it will simply begin to eat itself. Slowly, imperceptibly, but irreversibly. Sleep, the night laboratory of regeneration. During sleep, the body doesn't switch off. It heals, cleanses, builds. At night, cells renew. DNA is repaired from daily microdamage. Minus hormones rebalance, especially those responsible for youth and controlling inflammation. The brain is cleansed of toxins via the glymphatic system. One fact stunned me. Even a few nights of poor sleep activate the same inflammation markers as chronic disease. So sleep is not a pause, it's a critical survival process. Melatonin, the hormone of night and longevity. It's often just called the sleep hormone. But in truth, it's the molecule of a long life. Melatonin reduces oxidative stress, stimulates immunity, slows tumor growth, prolongs cell life. And most important, it works only in darkness. Light, especially blue light from screens, blocks its production. So I created an evening ritual: turn off gadgets an hour before bed, dim the lights, play soft music, or just breathe. This not only helps me fall asleep, it programs my body for rejuvenation. My recovery protocol. After 40, I learned to respect sleep. I stopped stealing time from the night for one more task. My ideal day ends like this: light dinner by 7 p.m., no screens after 9 p.m., 10 minutes of silence or reading, a darkened room, a pillow that comfortably supports my neck, waking up early without an alarm. These are simple things, but they activate the strongest rejuvenation processes. Conclusion: if you don't rest, you age. If you exercise, eat well, move, but don't sleep, then all your efforts are running idle. I realized this through personal experience. I saw it in science. And now I say it loudly: sleep, melatonin, and rest are not nice-to-haves. They are the foundation. Without them, no longevity protocol will work. With them, even the simplest regimen will start yielding effects.